Today, we are looking ahead to a fascinating Premier League opener between Arsenal and Coventry City. Before we begin, one important point. This is a prediction and tactical analysis, not a report of a completed match. Arsenal and Coventry are scheduled to meet at the Emirates Stadium on Friday, August 21, 2026, with Arsenal beginning their title defense against newly promoted Coventry. And the prediction we are analyzing today is Arsenal 2, Coventry City 0. So could Arsenal begin their title defense with a clean sheet victory? Let's break it down. Arsenal enter this campaign with enormous expectations. Last season, Mikel Arteta finally guided the Gunners to the Premier League title, ending a 22-year wait. Now the challenge is completely different, defending the crown. Arsenal have already sent a warning to their rivals. In the Community Shield, they defeated Manchester City 3-0 with Ricardo Calafiori, Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard on the scoresheet. Christos Tzoulis also impressed with 2 assists. That result gives Arsenal confidence going into the opening league fixture, but Coventry City arrive with their own momentum. For Coventry, this is a historic return to the Premier League after 25 years away from the top flight. Frank Lampard now faces the enormous task of keeping the club competitive against England's elite. And that is why this fixture is more interesting than simply looking at the difference between the two clubs. Coventry cannot afford to approach this game with fear. They need to stay compact, defend the central areas, and make Arsenal uncomfortable. If Coventry allow Arsenal's attacking players too much space around the penalty area, the game could quickly become difficult. For Arsenal, the key will be patience. Arteta's side will probably dominate possession and try to move Coventry's defensive block from side to side. The objective will be to create gaps rather than simply attack at maximum speed. Martin Odegaard could become particularly important here. His ability to receive between the lines, combine with teammates and play the final pass could be one of Arsenal's biggest weapons. Bukayo Saka can provide width and one-on-one danger, while Arsenal's midfield can attempt to control the tempo. Another major factor is Arsenal's squad depth. The club strengthened significantly during the summer, including the arrival of Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle. However, Arteta has confirmed that Guimaraes is a doubt for the Coventry match because of a leg issue suffered in the Community Shield. That means Arsenal may have to manage the midfield carefully. Declan Rice is also not expected to necessarily start after returning later from his post-World Cup break, according to pre-match reports. So even though Arsenal are the favorites, there are still questions surrounding the exact starting XI. Now let's look at how I see this match developing. In the opening 15 minutes, I expect Coventry to concentrate heavily on defensive organization. They may allow Arsenal to have possession in less dangerous areas while protecting the middle of the pitch. The priority will be to avoid conceding an early goal. Arsenal, meanwhile, will probably attempt to establish control immediately. The Emirates crowd should create a strong atmosphere because this is the first league match after winning the title. The players will want to start the new campaign with a statement. Between the 15th and 30th minutes, I expect Arsenal to increase the pressure. This is where Saka, Odegaard and Arsenal's overlapping fullbacks could begin creating problems. Coventry's defensive line will have to make difficult decisions, stay deep and invite pressure, or push higher and risk leaving space behind. My prediction is that Arsenal eventually find the breakthrough. Arsenal 1-0 Coventry. The first goal could completely change the tactical picture. Coventry would then have to take more risks, and that could create the spaces Arsenal want. Frank Lampard's team has shown in pre-season that it can score goals and compete confidently. Coventry recently defeated Monaco 2-0, demonstrating that they are not arriving in the Premier League without ambition, but playing Monaco is one thing. Playing the reigning Premier League champions at the Emirates is another challenge entirely. In the second half, Coventry should become more adventurous. This is where Arsenal's counter-attacking opportunities could increase. If Coventry push additional players forward, Arsenal can attack the spaces behind them. Saka's pace and Arsenal's ability to transition quickly could become decisive, and this is where I see the second goal arriving. Rather than Arsenal needing to dominate every minute, their quality should allow them to punish Coventry when the opportunities appear. Arsenal 2-0 Coventry. From there, the Gunners should focus on game management. The biggest thing for Arteta will be avoiding unnecessary risks. Arsenal don't need to turn the match into a chaotic contest. If they are 2 goals ahead, controlling possession and limiting Coventry's opportunities becomes the priority. And that is why I believe the clean sheet is just as important as the 2 goals. Last season, Arsenal's defensive record was one of the foundations of their title success. They conceded only 27 league goals while collecting 26 victories and 85 points. So my final prediction is Arsenal 2-0 Coventry City. I expect Arsenal to control possession, create the majority of the chances, and gradually break down Coventry's defensive organization. For Coventry, the objective should be staying in the match for as long as possible. If they can frustrate Arsenal for 60 or 70 minutes, the pressure could shift onto the home side. But if Arsenal score early, the tactical challenge becomes much harder. Ultimately, this match represents two completely different stories. Arsenal are beginning the defense of a Premier League title and trying to establish themselves as a dominant force under Mikel Arteta. Coventry are returning to the Premier League after a quarter of a century and beginning a new chapter under Frank Lampard. That contrast makes this opening fixture fascinating. My prediction is Arsenal 2-0 Coventry City, with Arsenal's control, defensive organization, and attacking quality making the difference. But remember, football doesn't always follow the script. So what do you think? Will Arsenal win 2-0 or can Coventry shock the champions at the Emirates? Let me know your prediction in the comments below. If you enjoyed this analysis, follow the channel, like this video, subscribe for more Premier League predictions and match analysis, and comment your score prediction below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.